right, someone from Bahrain sent me this on Instagram. It was a article where Bahrain is going to introduce a new tax on MNCs, multinational companies. He just wanted my thoughts on it, so I thought in this video I'll share with you what do I think. Okay, when I did Google search the articles, I don't know, for some reason they made it very complicated to understand. So I had to keep reading and keep simplifying in a way that anyone can understand. So this is the most simplest way to understand Bahrain's new tax. Okay, so first point, the new tax announcement. Bahrain has introduced a domestic minimum top-up tax, DMTT, which will start from 1st January 2025, next year, and it will apply to only large multinational companies operating in Bahrain. So the next question is, who's going to pay? Only multinational companies with a global revenue. Now, they are not looking at the revenue that you have only in Bahrain, but globally, if you have a revenue of 830 million in at least 2 of the last 4 years, then you have to pay this tax. So what they're trying to say is, if you're a big company, you're a global brand, you are making good money, and you want to operate in Bahrain, we are going to charge you a tax. Now, what is the tax rate? The tax rate, the company has to pay 15% minimum tax on their profits in Bahrain. So you qualify to pay taxes if you have 830 million in any year for the last 4 years. But the tax that you will pay is on the profits, only profits in Bahrain. So why is this important? The tax is part of a global reform led by OECD slash G20. I don't know what is that. I'll just search that. OECD. Sometimes global anti-base. No, there's something else. Okay, if you know what it means, please let me know. So OECD slash G20 to ensure large corporations pay their fair taxes and avoid tax loopholes. Bahrain is the first Gulf country to introduce such a tax, showing its commitment to global cooperation in taxation and fair competition. Yeah, this is a nice way of putting it, but it just goes to show that Bahrain needs money, it needs foreign exchange, and they are doing whatever they can to charge. Now, I've been to Bahrain. It's a very simple, small place. I personally feel that a company can, if they're not happy with this, they can just uproot their operations and go to Dubai. And even Saudi is offering a lot of perks and benefits, but I see them moving towards Dubai. So I think they'll have to be a little careful and look at it with real caution. Because if companies feel, 15% is 15%, it's not chump change. Let's say you're a company earning 1 million, for example, profit. You're giving 15% to Bahrain. Compliance. Affected companies will need to register with Bahrain's National Bureau of Revenue, submit tax returns, and pay in installments starting 2025. Okay. So what's the impact on Bahrain? It kind of aligns Bahrain with international tax standard, supporting its goal of boosting the economy through non-hydrocarbon sectors. Yeah, but I personally don't see anything popular or happening or glamorous like Dubai. So I guess why someone would want to operate in Bahrain is maybe to lower their cost. But now when you're increasing the cost, they will definitely, especially the finance controllers, they'll say, we need to look at different avenues. So This will also spill over to other Gulf countries because Gulf nations are implementing reforms. Oman is discussing personal income tax for high earners, a first in the region. People have asked me, do you think Dubai will? Do you think Saudi will? See, eventually, all the Gulf countries, when they look at each other, they interact with each other. So if they see something is really benefiting them, helping them bring in foreign exchange, they copy each other. I'll give a very simple example. You remember Dubai's foray into mega projects, Palm Island 1, 2, 3, then the world, then the tallest tower. What happened? Ever since they announced that, Saudi then said, okay, you're building 1 kilometer high, I'll build 1 mile high tower. You're building a city, Falcon City, I'll build, say, all these various names, gaming city, this city, that city. In fact, the gaming city was controversial because it looked like having, like how you have the Hajj in the middle of, I think, Mecca, Medina. They had a building that looked like, not exactly like the Hajj, but the same concept. Kuwait, no, sorry, not Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, UAE, Saudi, all announced islands, islands in the water. Question is, were they able to deliver? The only news that was very common was they did deliver maybe 10% of what they announced, and that 10% had 100% headache. And obviously, if you want to stay in the country, you can't badmouth the country. And what the Gulf countries realized, putting sand on water is not a cheap affair. You really have to pay a lot for maintenance, and then obviously they pass the buck to the consumer. Till today, I think nearly 20 years, the world island, only announcement, only dredging, only putting all the sand, and big claims, no delivery. Now what UAE is doing is introducing gambling, and to make it sound nice, not anti-Islamic, they'll be building it on one of the islands that they created, man-made islands outside the country, where people can gamble to their heart's content. Ras Al Khaimah is starting that. Dubai is also starting it. Actually, gambling was always there. It's just that they've never made it public. Like, for example, Dubai says we are an Islamic country, we follow Islam. They will never admit that there is girls who offer sex services. It's like Amsterdam, red light district. They'll never. All you got to do is have a VPN and type Dubai escort or Dubai massage or Dubai girl or call girls or whatever. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm telling you this is what it is. Don't do it and then say, hey, I did it because you told me. No. So all this goes on. All this goes on. It's just that they follow the simple policy. Left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. And one thing Bahrain, I think, is very famous for is most of the Saudis, young men who are frustrated and who are lonely, they want to let off steam. So they drive all the way from Saudi to Bahrain, cross the border, and then they do their ruckus. And being a DJ, old time DJ and all that, we used to do events. And we used to hear stories from hoteliers who used to tell us, man, they have money, but they behave like mad. They absolutely behave like mad. So anyway, what do I think? Welcome to the new era, where once upon a time, all the Arabs were proud, nose up in the air because oil was there. They were in demand. The world was kissing their feet. You had USA wanted to align itself with Saudi. But now that the revenue that they get through oil is getting less and less in terms of the impact, they have to look at other sources. So this is another way to survive. We have to evolve. We have to change. And very soon there will come a day where I don't think the Middle East will be tax-free. It will be taxed, but a very small percentage, but they will tax you, and all of them will tax you, and they'll have their own creative concoctions of different versions. One will be tax the rich, one will tax MNCs, one will be tax, like Dubai has road tax. So different taxes, and but yes, they will definitely target incomes of people who are earning, because the logic will be simple. You're in my country, you're earning through us, thanks to us, you have to give us a small percentage of what you're earning. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree? What do you think about this? Is it a good idea, bad idea? And just speak from, one is the side of the expats, side of the citizens, and the government. Love to know your thoughts, and thank you to the guy in Instagram who sent me this. If you have such articles where you want my opinion, feel free to share it. Love to hear from you. You guys take care.